Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Maskani. Today's lesson will be looking at the lesson 27 from the book 504, Absolutely Essential Words. Let's make a start. The first word, despite. Despite means in spite of. Example. Number 1. The player continued in the game despite his injuries. Number 2. Despite being shy, Ted signed up to audition on American Idol. Number 3. We won the game by a shout-out despite the fact that our team got only 3 hits. Disrupt. Disrupt means upset or cause to break down. Examples. Number 1. Pam's clowning disrupted the class every day. Number 2. The storm disrupted the telephone lines throughout the area. Number 3. The collapse of the government disrupted the service we took for granted, such as mail delivery. Rash. Rash means a breaking out with many small red spots on the skin, or outbreak of many instances within a short time, or too hasty or careless. Examples. Number 1. The report of a rash of burglaries in the neighborhood was exaggerated. Number 2. Poison ivy causes a rash. Number 3. It is rash to threaten an action you cannot carry out. Rapid. Rapid means very quick or swift. Examples. Number 1. We took a rapid walk around the camp before breakfast. Number 2. If you work rapidly, you can complete the test in 20 minutes. Number 3. The response to the surprise attack was a rapid retreat. Exhaust. Exhaust means empty completely, or use up, or tire out. Examples. Number 1. To exhaust the city's water supply would be a calamity. Number 2. The long climb to the top of the mountain exhausted our strength. Number 3. If we continue to squander our money recklessly, our treasury will soon be exhausted. Severity. Severity means a strictness, or harshness, or plainness, or violence. Examples. Number 1. The severity of the teacher was not appreciated by the pupils until they reached the final examinations. Number 2. The severity of the black pig can be imagined from the fact that 30% of population died. Number 3. Rosita complained to the principal about the severity of the punishment that the student court gave to her. Feeble. Feeble means weak. Examples. Number 1. We heard a feeble cry from the exhausted child. Number 2. The guide made a feeble attempt to explain why he had taken the wrong turn. Number 3. The feeble old man collapsed on the sidewalk. Unite. Unite means join together or become one. Examples. Number 1. The 13 colonies united to form one country. Number 2. Matrimony united two famous Virginia families. Number 3. America and Russia were united against a common enemy in World War I. Cease. Cease means stop. Examples. Number 1. Cease trying to do more than you can. Number 2. The whispering in the audience ceased when the curtain went up. Number 3. When you cease making war, you can then begin to pacify the small villages the enemy controls. Thrifty. Thrifty means saving, or careful in spending, or thriving. Examples. Number 1. By being thrifty, Miss Benson managed to get along on her small income. Number 2. A thrifty person knows that squandering money can lead to financial calamity. Number 3. By thrifty use of their supplies, the shipwrecked sailors were able to survive for weeks. Miserly. Miserly means stingy, or like a miser. Examples. Number 1. Being miserly with our natural resources will help us to live longer on this earth. Number 2. A miserly person rarely has any friends. Number 3. Silas Marner abandoned his miserly habits when Epi came into his life. Monarch. Monarch means king or queen, or ruler. Examples. Number 1. There are a few modern nations that are governed by monarchs. Number 2. The monarchs of ancient Rome considered themselves descendants of the gods. Number 3. Men sometimes believe that they are monarchs in their own homes. Words in use. Problems we face. Despite wars, disease, and natural disasters, our world is experiencing a population explosion that threatens to change or disrupt life as we have known it. Vast numbers of people must be fed and housed, and in the process a whole rush of problems has descended upon the human race. First has been the pollution of the air and the contamination of the water supply. Second has been the rapid exhaustion of fuels, minerals, and other natural resources. The response to this situation has ranged from utter disbelief to exaggerated concern. Since scientists themselves disagree on the severity of the problem, our feeble knowledge is surely unable to suggest the correct course of action. But we cannot stand still because there is too much at stake. We are therefore compelled to unite in our efforts to ensure that human life on this planet does not cease. We must learn to be thrifty, even miserly, with the gifts of nature that we have formerly taken for granted. If our past reveals a reckless squandering of our natural possessions, we must now find an intelligent guide to their use, so that we may remain monarchs of a world that has peace and plenty. Well, that's great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon in the next session.